Hey everyone, and welcome back to the very last LEGO Star Wars 2014 Summer Set Review. And guys, we have the MTT. It's number 75058, ages 9 to 14. Has 954 pieces, and it's going to retail for $90 US. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now that this is a review that you're definitely going to want to watch the entire thing, because there is a whole bunch of cons to this set and there is a whole bunch of pluses to this set. And this set is going to make quite the review. So this is something you really are going to definitely want to watch the entire thing fully through, because this set is going to surprise you in a lot of things that you may have not seen coming at all. So before I get into all the cool stuff and some of the really big cons about this set, let's go ahead and start with the minifigures as always. So we have Qui-Gon Jinn. This is not a new version of him, so I don't really need to go too much into depth with him. He doesn't have a double-sided face. He has some printing under there. And let me just check. Oh no, he does have a double-sided face. Sorry about that. And of course he has this green lightsaber. Next we have young Obi-Wan Kenobi. It says it's not a new figure on the box, but I haven't seen this face before. He has a double-sided face. So he has that face and he has this face as well. And there's his printing, has his little ponytail right there, blue lightsaber, and he too has back printing. Obi-Wan. Alright, the only new figure actually for this set, well, technically new, excluding the droid over there, this is a Naboo guard, I think. Naboo security guard. He looks really cool. It's a really cool minifigure. Definitely. I like the look of him. And this is a new helmet or mold piece for his hat. Really nice detail too. I think the last time we got a Naboo security guy was very, very long time ago. I think it was in like a green speeder set all the way back in like the 2000s, early 2000s, when LEGO Star Wars was just getting, was just a really new thing at the time. So I think it's been quite a while since we got it. We have Captain Tarlar, I don't know, something like that. He came in the Sith Infiltrator set, if I remember correctly. So if you want the captain of these dudes, he's in another set from a couple of years ago. And then we have 6 regular battle droids, and I'm sure if you're watching this video and you're a fan of LEGO, I'm sure you've seen these before, so I don't really need to show you too much in depth. We also get a blue pilot droid, has his tampering on the chest, and he has the pistol. And we also get a regular battle droid with the 2 hands that are just normal like that. And basically he's just meant for the speeder. He doesn't come with a weapon. And lastly, we have a new figure, but it really isn't new. All the parts on him have been available in other sets, and you could have built them yourself a long time ago. But the droid's called PK4. It's just a PK4 droid. Again, all this is a skeleton hand and this thing right here, piece right here, 2 little tooth pieces, that piece, a white droid body and a green light thing on the back. So again, none of this is actually new, but if you want to consider this a new figure, then by all means, that's up to you. But I don't really consider it that new. And that's the minifigures. So it's a total of 12 minifigures. Sounds like a pretty good deal for $90 if you think about it, but battle droids are literally, there's no printing or production that really, the actual minifigures right here, there's a lot more work done to them. Capes have to be made, and all that printing has to go on them. The battle droids are just molded pieces, and they've been in all kinds of sets, so battle droids can really be not as counted as much as an actual minifigure. So what I'm trying to say is that battle droids are easier to make than minifigures, so these are technically valued cheaper. So yeah. Taking a look back at the speeder, it's actually a really nice speeder. We've had so many versions in the past. There was one in a battle pack, there was one in the ATTE, I think there was another one in the Mace Windu Starfighter set, if I remember correctly. Maybe that's a different ship, but there's been plenty of these made. I think there's even a little plastic baggy thing made for this. So yeah, this has been made so many times, but this is it's another new design. It isn't the same design as previous. It's a bit different, and it's very sturdy. I kind of miss I don't like how it's so low to the ground with this little one clear stand. From the droid battle pack from years in the past, back in 2007, I think, we had a little clear pole that would stick up, and it would be a lot higher. And I kind of wish they put that in the set, because that was nice. Alright, so that's the minifigures. Let's take all of them away. Now the MTT. Now, when we first heard about this MTT and had not seen pictures, a lot of us were very excited. I, in particular, was very excited because I have been a very big fan of the MTT because it's such a cool vehicle, because it carries so many battle droids, and that one scene from Episode 1, that probably was one of the coolest scenes. You know, I know that a lot of people hate Episode 1 of Star Wars, but definitely those droids coming out of those MTTs was one of the definitely coolest scenes, especially back in 1999, because it was a really big CGI accomplishment and everything for that time. Nowadays, you can easily do CGI, but not the point. Anyhow, so the MTT is a very iconic vehicle to those of you who have seen Star Wars Episode 1. And this is actually the third generation of the MTT. There has been 2 mini sets made of it as well, but we're just going to consider the actual set versions. So overall, this is not a great set. Because as you can tell, it's pretty small. You can also tell, see this area right here, it's completely open. That's the carrier inside. It's very boxy around here. And, you know, technically the MTT is really like that. It is a really boxy, ugly vehicle, technically. But comparing this set to the last version, the 2008 version, which retailed for $100, which we will definitely get to, we're going to actually look at a comparison of all 3 MTTs. We're going to look at the original one, which retailed for $50, and we're going to look at the 2008 one, and we're going to look at this one, of course, and we're going to compare all 3, and you'll definitely see what I mean when you put all 3 next to each other. You're going to be like, wow. But anyhow, before I start getting into the cons about the set, let me show you the actual cool things about the set. There is a lot of cool things about this set that LEGO did include, even though the look of this and poor quality right here is pretty bad. There is some pretty cool features included in the set. So first of all, of course, just like pretty much all the previous MTTs, this, well actually I don't even have to do that. If you just turn it over here in this little thing right here, you just push this, then it'll open the thing up by itself, and this will be, this thing right here is where you'll put the battle droids. Now, for time's sake, I'm just going to show you one battle droid. And where do you're actually supposed to take the weapon off, and you just fold them down like that. And we're going to put them back in. And you can see there's a little rubber thing here to keep the stand from falling out the other way. So where the weapon goes actually is where we're going to open this up right here. And open that up. And open that up. So what I just did is I opened all the compartments, and this compartment in particular is where we're going to put the weapon, and there's 6 available slots, so you can't put all the weapons, so you can't put the pilot's pistol in, but all the weapons would go right there, and you just fold it up in that. And then on each side of the MTT, if we open both flaps up, like that, there is another, as you can tell, flick fire missile on both sides like that. Not an actual feature to the real vehicle, but it's probably something LEGO went ahead and did. So of course, if we flick them, they go very fast and do a great job. and you also get an extra one, so you get 3 of these red missiles. And I'm sure that was just added in for the kids for playability for them. Now, looking at here, this is where the control tower is. I think, yeah, you'll have to take this out. This is where you're going to put your pilot droid, like that. And probably want to switch the arms so he can actually pilot this. But anyhow, he can just slide back in like that, and the doors just close down like so. On the other side, so if you remember, that's where the weapons go. Other side, this is where our pilot droid's going to go. So basically, all you have to do with him is slide that out, put that in, and turn his feet. Yeah, that looks cool, right? And we'll just put him in like that. I feel like that's going to break off. Alright. Coolest feature of the set. So, the speeder that you get, in previous set versions, you never really could put it anywhere. This set, however, did something pretty cool. I thought this is definitely the coolest feature of the set. This entire back, wait for it, literally flips open like that. And so what you can do is take this, and it just, using these things right here, these things, and the slot thing right there, those slots, it'll just slide down in, and like so, and I'll flip back up, and if you want to see what it looks like on the inside, there it is. And these things fit pretty good on both sides. So that is a really cool feature. I have to admit, I was pretty surprised by that feature. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Haven't really seen something like that done before. So I really like that. There is stickers, not too many on this set. So here's a sticker, these are stickers, and on the same side, and that's it. Obviously very, very minor details right here. I mean, they could have done a much better job filling that back in right there instead of leaving it very open like that. On top of that, they left this open right here and had these. They could have used black, these pins right here for that, and that really looks it's really exposed and looks pretty off balance to the set. That's kind of a minor complaint, but somebody who's been with building Lego sets for a while, that's something usually Lego doesn't end up doing. They usually fix things like that. I've seen in the past. And again, that just folds up like that. And then you can also see right here, this is also exposed as well. This isn't really closed up well, and as you can see, it doesn't really look that great. These things are ridiculously annoying. Now, on previous versions, the other 2 versions of the MTT, these things would stay in place how they should be. That way you could mess with the turrets right here. These, for some reason, move like that. So, and they're just really easy. So if I start trying to move that up, nope, it's going to just do that. They don't stay in place whatsoever. And that's probably something that really annoys me. And if I was a kid, I would think that would annoy me when I'm trying to do that and it starts doing that. I mean, maybe if you're a kid, it can be like bam, 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 the starships, but it doesn't actually, the actual vehicle from the Star Wars universe doesn't really do that. So again, another kind of a minor complaint. Maybe I'm going a little far with that, but I think that's kind of annoying. And they had on the other 2 versions before this, that was actually still, and on top of that, these are kind of sticking out quite a bit like that. Not really, again, really poor design right here in particular. This area, it's pretty good. This area, it's really sloppy design-wise. Usually Lego, I've seen, out of all these 2014 sets, normally there's really good design used in, and they cover up a lot of stuff. Like in the AT-AT, they did a really good job covering everything up, making sure nothing was really exposed. This MTT is really quite a shock to me because, out of a lot of Lego sets, I've built a lot of Lego Star Wars sets in the years past, and this is something you don't see every day, where it's kind of sloppy right here and all that. And especially for 954 pieces, you would think that would be covered up. You would think that. I am actually really shocked that this is 954 pieces. Yeah. All right, guys. So that is the MTT. There's the back. Nothing. It doesn't really do anything. It just that's the looks of the back. But that's the MTT. It's goodish. There's a lot of cool features to it, no doubt about it. Opens up, does a lot of cool things. I think a young kid would very much enjoy this. But for somebody like me who has the previous versions of the MTT and who's been, seen what LEGO has been capable of doing with design in the last couple of years, this is a real big step back for them. And it's kind of disappointing. Alright, so here's what I'm going to really show you guys that's going to shock you, is I'm going to compare this MTT against the other two MTTs. So let's check that out. Okay guys, so this is the three MTTs compared against each other. So this is the 2000, might be 1999 version of the MTT. This is the 2008 version, and of course this is the 2014 version of the MTT. So you might be looking at this right now and being like, wait a second, is this smaller than this one? Are these things like behind? Nope, that is actually how it is. This is the smallest MTT out of the two previous versions. I think that's a pretty big disappointment if you ask me. Now, some may argue, well, what about all the detail that was packed inside of this one compared to this one? That can be definitely a great argument, definitely. But when we look at our 2008 one, which is pretty much quite a step up between the two of them, this was $100, this was $90. This came with 22 minifigures. Actually, 23 minifigures. Came with a pilot, 2 security droids, and I think it was 18 or 20 battle droids. So 20, 21, right around there. So we'll say 20 plus minifigures. This came with 12 minifigures. This came with 8 minifigures. So 20 plus minifigures, $100. 12 minifigures, $90, and you can just look at the difference and see that it is pretty surprising of what LEGO has really done. This is quite, in my opinion, a scam that LEGO has done, that they have really stepped back. This is a really big step back from LEGO. This MTT was amazingly well designed. I have 6 of them, and I feel so happy that I've been buying the 6 over the last couple of years. I don't regret it one bit. This set, however, is not great comparing to this. Now, here's the thing. This set, if you missed out on getting this MTT and you're not willing to fork over the $300 it's, I think, selling for on eBay, this set is a pretty decent alternative, but I'm just trying to point out, guys, that this is a really big mistake LEGO made, and I'm trying to show you guys that LEGO has really cheaped out on us. This is literally the smallest MTT compared even to the 1999 version. It's still smaller. And again, this is, we'll take this one away and we will look at this one right now. You'll just automatically see how big of a difference there is between these two vehicles. This one is extremely longer, extremely more detailed right here. And I can tell you, but if I open this up, if I open the 2008 MTT, I can actually fit all those droids right there. I open this one up. It's very incomplete, and it's really quite a step back, if you ask me. This thing is not as big as this one. This doesn't even technically open up as like that one did. This one's fully enclosed. This one is obviously open right here. There is, I would say, almost a third, maybe twice as small from the bigger one, the 2008 one. And if you're wondering, this is, just to let you know, this is not part of the set. I actually did this as a personal modification. I actually did this really cool modification where the droids would drop out like that. And as a lot of Star Wars fans will know, that's a really cool feature because it's really accurate to the movie. And that is just one of the cool, and that's a really easy modification. You actually just need these pieces right here, and this is still actually just part of the set right here. This thing came with the 2008, and I just modified that. Yeah, trying to modify, with such a limited room right here, you can't modify that to be like that at all. You'd be lucky to get 4 droids doing something like this. So my point is they've shrunken the MTT. They have taken away so much detail, so many figures. It's quite a disappointment coming from a big Star Wars and Lego fan as well. That Lego kind of scammed us on this one, guys. Now, a lot of you know that I don't really get too in detail with this type of stuff. So that decided to fall down for some reason. But anyhow, like I said, I don't get into detail too much with this stuff when it comes to previous versions. But this is something that I really felt the need to really show you guys that this is not really great. Now, we'll take the 2008 one away and we'll look at the 1999 one again. Side by side. This one is indeed bigger, just by a little bit though, but technically it is smaller. This one's smaller by 3 studs, so that much right there. So it's not really that much smaller, but this retailed for $50. This is retailing for $90. This came with 8 minifigures. This comes with 12 minifigures. This has twice as many pieces as this one, yet this one is smaller than that one. So, and this one's actually fully enclosed all the way around. Again, this one, lack of detail. These things stay, these things move. So, say what you want to say about this set, but in my opinion, this is quite disappointing. So that is the big con out of this set, guys. As you can see, it is quite a step down from the 2008 version in a lot of ways. Now, something else I actually want to mention about this set, it's actually kind of a funny little mistake Lego made, is looking at the instruction booklet. There's 2 instruction booklets with this set. Looking at the instruction booklet, if you go to the second one, and we go to page 10, right here. So if we're building this door right here, and you finish building this and all that, and then you go to put it in, this door over here is already here, and we don't actually get to building this door until right here, till 10 more pages down. So this is a mistake that was made in the instruction booklet. Now, it's not a mistake that's going to affect your building, but it had me for a second there. I was like, wait a second, did I just skip a page or something? Did I not see the number, the X2? So was I supposed to build 2 of them? So it had me very confused for a second, and then I would continued on. I was like, oh, it's a mistake. Now, this is not something to really complain. This is not a complaint I have about the set, but this is kind of a funny thing that I thought was really kind of funny, because you don't really see too many mistakes that Lego makes with these instruction booklets, but it's kind of a cool thing to end up showing you guys. But yeah, so let's go ahead and show the box, and then I'll just go ahead and give it to my final opinion about the set. There's the box, and let me actually show you the MTT compared to it. It's really small compared to the giant box you get. But yeah, remove that, turn that over. We'll take out all the detail and all the features that I showed you guys. Pretty much all this going on here. Battle sequences up here, so on and so forth. So yeah. And the last thing I want to show you guys is how this thing moves on the bottom. That's what it looks like. So there's these clear little discs right here that are basically the wheels. And these things, if you're wondering why there's just random pegs right here, it's because if these for some reason get moved over, then these they're like basically safety pins. They'll keep these discs from coming off the MTT, is basically what they do. Alright, so that is the set, everybody. A lot of good, a lot of bad, if you ask me. Now, you might hear other opinions elsewhere. Oh, this is one of the better MTTs. It's a little smaller than the other one, but it's $10 cheaper than the last one. But guys, $10 cheaper from the set that had the 2008 2008 MTT had 1,330 pieces, and that was $10 more. This set has 954 pieces, and this is $10 less. The 2008 one had 20 plus minifigures. This one has 12 minifigures. That $10 was absolutely, if it was between this one and the 2008 one, and it was at the time where both were being sold, I would have absolutely gone for the bigger one by far. Here's the thing though, the 2008 one, it's very expensive nowadays. So for a lot of you younger kids out there that are watching this review, and you're telling me, David, I just don't have the money for that 2008 one. Can't I just get this MTT? The answer is yes, you can. All I'm trying to say is, guys, this is a perfectly fine set, but I really wanted to show that LEGO made a huge mistake with this set as well. And it's kind of sad that they would reduce the quality over 6 years. They've reduced the quality instead of improved the quality. Now the bricks and everything, the LEGO themselves, all the bricks and parts you get, the figures, they're great, love it. But the actual design, building, and what you get for your money is it's low compared to what's been sold in the past. So that is what I really wanted to prove my point off with this review, guys. So if you don't have the $300 or $250 to fork over for the 2008 MTT, if you do, by all means get that off eBay. But if you don't, this is a pretty decent alternative. But again, it's really disappointing to see the $50 set and the 2008 set, that's humongous compared to this one, are both bigger than this set. And I'm just like, wow. That was a real shocker when I actually compared all of them before I made the review. But anyhow, and then another thing, not as many minifigures as I wanted. Definitely I would have liked 12 plus battle droids. This is a great, the original MTT was a great army builder. Like I said, I have 6 of them, and I love all 6. I cherish them very much, and I'm probably never going to sell them, unless I have to, of course. But anyhow, so yeah. Now you're saying, hey Dave, is this going to become the next MTT like the last one went up in value and stuff like that? Is this going to be a great value? Probably not. I really couldn't see this set after it eventually in the years coming when it actually does stop selling. I don't really see this set ever going up in value because it really isn't that great of a set. And I think the 2008 one is by far a better one, and I think a lot of you could just see that just by watching it and seeing it on video. So here's my last 2 points. One, guys, if you don't have the money to get the 2008 one, just get this one. It's a fine alternative. Even though it has a lot of cons to it, it still has a lot of great features. And it is a pretty decent alternative. It still has the look of the MTT. You still get decent minifigures. Even though, another thing is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn were never actually near the Battle of Naboo. They were on the opposite end of Naboo. Now, some could say that, oh, well, the MTTs were in the city of Naboo. Correct. But this, from the box art, it's telling us that this is during the Battle of Naboo. And that is not correct. Basically, actually the minifigures you get for this set would actually match up better with an AAT set than it would with an MTT set, if you really think about it. But yeah, so if you don't have the money to get the 2008 one, this is a fine alternative. Has a lot of great features. It has the look of the MTT, and so yeah, that's for the kids. Adults and teenagers, I don't recommend this set at all. Save up for the 2008 MTT if you really want this set that badly, because you're going to be, especially adult fans who love Star Wars, you're going to be disappointed by this set. I'm telling you, I was disappointed. So that's that, guys. Thank you very much for watching this review. Give it a big thumbs up, guys. I went really in depth with this review. Normally, I don't really go into this type of discussion, but this is a set that I just wanted to make an exception for, where I really went in and showed LEGO's flaws out of the set. Let me know if you like that. Sometimes a lot of kids just want to hear what's good about it. I wanted to show you what's bad about it this time, and it's a bit of a difference. And guys, this is going to be it. This is the final LEGO Star Wars set of the summer. Not the greatest wave, but hey, it was decent. Great buildings, great minifigures, definitely great minifigures actually. And hopefully, from the rumors, there will be a Slave 1 in the fall of 2014. So we'll just see if that comes true. If not, though, I'm sure there'll be another Ultimate Collector Series set sometime later this year. So stay tuned, stay subscribed for that review. And that's going to do it, guys. So again, like the video, stay subscribed for more reviews. And I got, all kinds of other cool videos coming out soon. And that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in another review. And bye-bye.